Welcome to Session 2. In this session, we will look at how to apply effective production and operations scheduling. Production and operations management is concerned with the conversion of inputs into outputs using physical resources so as to provide the desired utilities to a customer while meeting the other organizational objectives of effectiveness, efficiency, and adaptability. It distinguishes itself from other functions such as personnel, marketing, finance, and so forth by its primary concern for conversion by using physical resources. There are several activities listed under production and operations management functions. We will briefly go through the list so that we have a better understanding in this chapter. The production and operations management functions are location of facilities, plan layouts and material handling, product design, process design, production and planning control, quality control, materials management, and lastly, maintenance management. In this session, we will look at the first 5 functions which will help us break down the production system well. We will start off by looking at the location of facilities. The location of facilities for operations is a long-term decision because it is where all operations of your venture will be based from. There are several questions one has to ask in order to be able to choose a suitable location. An improper location can lead to the waste of all the investments made. It is recommended that the location of the organization should be based on the company's expansion. Before we continue with the next 4 functions, we will look at what an operating system is. This should shed more light on the concept of production. An operating system converts input in order to provide outputs which are needed by a customer in order to add value to their lives. In some circumstances, the product is a physical good, for example, hotels, and others are services, like a taxi service. Production function is the part of an organization which is concerned with transforming the range of inputs into the required output while meeting industry quality requirements. The importance of the production schedule is to make address of 4 key points. The first point is to ensure that the production is an organized activity, which means that every production system has an objective. The second point is to ensure that the system transforms the various inputs into useful outputs or products. The third point is to ensure that it does not operate in isolation from the rest of the organization's system. The last point is to ensure that there is feedback about the activities, which is quite useful to control and improve the performance of the system. I believe we are on the same page now, so we can look at the next 4 functions. The second function is plant layout and material handling. Plant layout refers to the physical arrangement of the facilities, how the different departments, work centers, and equipment are configured in the conversion process. The main objective of the plant layout is to ensure that the physical arrangements meet the required output quality and quantity in an economic way. Material handling refers to how the materials are moved from the storeroom to the machine and from one machine to the next during the manufacturing process. The usage of material handling devices can increase the output rate, product quality, speed up deliveries, and decrease production cost, which is why it is very important to bear them in mind when designing a new plant. Third function is production design, which deals with the conversion of ideas into reality. Every business organization has to design, develop, and introduce new products in order to survive and grow. Developing and launching new products in the market is one of the greatest challenges faced by organizations. The process of identifying the needs of manufacturing and physical product involves three functions, which are marketing, product development, and manufacturing. Product development translates the customer's needs into technical specifications and designing the various features into the product which are provided by marketing. Manufacturing has the responsibility of selecting the process by which the product can be manufactured. Product design and development provides link between marketing, customer needs and expectations, and the activities required to manufacture the products. The fourth function is process design, which is the microscopic decision-making of an overall process route for converting the raw materials into finished goods. The decision includes the selection of a process, choice of technology, process flow analysis, and the layout of the facilities. The fifth function is production planning and control, which is the last function we will look at in this session. Production planning and control is the process of planning production in advance, deciding on the exact route of each item, choosing starting and finishing dates for each item, and giving production orders to shops and to follow up on the progress of the products according to the orders. The principle of production planning and control lies in the statement, first, plan your work, and then work on your plan. Planning requires you to decide in advance what to do, how to do it, when to do it, and who is responsible for doing the task. Planning bridges the gap from where we are to where we want to go. It makes it possible for things to occur which would not otherwise happen. Routing is the selection of path which each part of the product will follow when being transformed from raw material to a finished product. Scheduling determines the program for the operations, fixing the time and date for each operation. Dispatching gives the required authority so as to start a particular work which has already been planned for under routing and scheduling. Dispatching is the release of orders and instruction for the starting of production for any items in acceptance with the route sheet and schedule charts. There can be factors that cause inefficiency, such as lack of motivation due to salaries, cultural or ethnic differences within an organization, the lack of skills or knowledge due to inefficient training, and low customer turnout due to poor marketing strategies. Following up helps with addressing these problems and having a solution in place in case it happens again. We have come to the end of our session. We will continue with the rest of the functions in the next session.